know in this budget that we passed about a week and a half or so ago that it's a significant improvement, and it's most of that improvement is in areas that we have focused dramatically on it. We add about $500 million back into the general fund spend. That's largely because the money is there to do it. We wouldn't have done it if the money was not there. But we add $500 million back in the general fund spend, and we focused on a couple of issues. Higher education funding. We also added money back into basic education funding, which we think is extremely important. About $100 million we added back into basic education funding. And one of the areas that had become very heated over the last several months was funding for local counties to deal with the block grant cuts that the governor talked about. Most of those cuts would have come in some basic human service programs, especially around mental health issues and behavioral health issues for folks who are really living on the edge. And those counties needed that money. So we're able to increase by 50% over the governor's cuts. So it's the first step over the next 4 weeks of a process that hopefully will be able to restore a lot more back into those key areas, which are not just important for the people who utilize those areas, but all are extremely important for the future of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You know, we created an environment that allowed us to reach across the aisle and partner with our Republican colleagues in a bipartisan sense, kind of working together, and come up with this budget document that we passed out of the Senate. Since then, we've been reaching to our House colleagues, both Republican and Democrat, trying to see if they can work on this and see if they can improve certain areas that we worked on and some areas that were not completed in what we passed two Wednesdays ago. So we're still on it. We're still focusing on it. Hopefully we can get to a very good document by the end of the budget season, and it'll really truly reflect the needs of the people of Pennsylvania. Communities cannot survive, whether they be in rural Pennsylvania or whether they be in urban, highly impacted urban communities, without a strong transportation system, whether it's roads and bridges and highways for our cars and trucks to move on, or rail transportation issues, or whether it's our major mass transportation, our bus systems, okay, and our regional rail lines. Those are hugely important. They move people back and forth. To think that communities like Pittsburgh and Allegheny County, where a third of their bus lines would have to be shut down because they cannot afford to fund them, that's really putting those businesses and those family members in a really significant disservice because they can't get to work.